The will of God is not a person. Now, this for those who are seeking what we call the will of God. You want to be in a relationship. I want to tell you, the will of God is not a person. I know you've been taught all your life that the will of God is some perfect person out there. The will of God is not a person, because marriage is an office and not an emotion. It's not about attraction. As good as these things are, when God said it is not good for man to be alone, God did not go out looking for a super wife. In fact, God brought the whole animals to him. Why animals? This was because God was not necessarily looking for attraction. He was not basing this off emotions. He was seeking out someone who can fill the office of a helpmate. The moment you realize that marriage is an office and not a person, you'll now discover that we don't have missing rib. We only have vacancies around our lives that can be filled by anyone who can come into the capacity of managing that office. Do you understand? So when you prepare yourself for marriage, you don't just, work on the outward appearance or the superficial things. You actually prepare yourself in capacity to fill an office, to fill a vacancy. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that the moment you discover that marriage is an office, you stop looking for a will of God somewhere and start looking for one who can fill in that vacancy in your life, and who you can fill in that vacancy in their lives. Now, in the New Testament, the Bible clearly shows us the functions that are available in the office of marriage. Now, for the husband, there is a function to love their wives as Christ loves the church. So the husband is to love his wife as Christ loves the church. It's an office that reveals the office of Christ in the church. It's an office that comes with a function. And for the woman, she is to submit to her husband. It's not about how beautiful she looks, how attractive she looks, or how emotional she feels. There is an office of submission. So when we look for the will of God, we are looking for someone who can come into the will of God, because the will of God is actually a function and not a person. You understand? Now, what he's going to do for you, he's going to cure the headache of, I'm looking for some life partner, so I'm looking for that husband. It's not a perfect person. God has never brought a perfect man to fill in an office. God has brought a ready man. Number two, a man that can be molded into what he desires to fill in offices. So, yes, God can lead you. But if God leads you to a person, that person is not some saints that descended from heaven. No, that person has capacity to operate in that office. Do you understand me? Now, this was going to save you the headache of believing that there is some special human being out there for you. Anyone with capacity can function in the office of a wife. And some people develop this capacity even before they come into a home. And this is why some people can be called wives even before they've ever married anyone. And some others can be called husband even before they ever get married to any woman. Because this is a capacity one can develop that qualifies him for the office that marriage provides. So, no, the will of God is not some magical entity that is written in an angelic scroll somewhere. As Christians, the will of God is not somebody that fulfills all your fantasies and that checks all the boxes for your emotional fantasy and whatever the world pursues. The will of God is somebody who can function in the will of God. The will of God is not a person, it's an office, it's a proclamation. This is how it should be. And when we fit into that, we become the will of God. Are we together? So now this is a prophetic take on marriage as revealed to me by the Lord and supported by scriptures. Marriage is honorable, marriage is beautiful, but like I always tell my pastors, I say for every man there is 1,000 women, and for every woman there's 1,000 men. It depends on who fit into the office of marriage. Knowing this is going to save you all the emotional heartbreaks and all the emotional roller coaster and all the I don't feel love in this family anymore, I don't feel this, feel that, feel this. A lot of people suffer abuse because they married people who did not have capacity for the office. Now, I expounded on this on the post that is going to come with this video, so you can read it. It's going to be in the comment section. If you're on Facebook, it's going to be in the comment section. If you're on YouTube, it's also going to be in the comment section. If you're on Instagram, so God bless you. Like, subscribe, follow, and share this video so that you can bless somebody and give somebody spiritual intelligence. This is your brother, Prophet Joel Ogebe of the House of Salem, and the lead psalmist of the Psalms of Salem. Salutations. God bless you.